killing me, Bara. You're killing me, man. We can't go to round 3 just yet, unfortunately, but we are going to see the round rankings from that last match. Red Canids, 2 kills. But it doesn't matter. They got 20 placement points. They got the chicken dinner, and they got 22 points in total from that game.
I'm really happy with Lord's performance there. I kind of was keeping an eye on him on the side, and he was absolutely a one-man wrecking crew. I think he almost soloed Team Queso by himself. So mad props to him. This is like what we talk about. You need your superstars to come up on the big stages. Lord has been excellent for them throughout this tournament.
The guy was just a huge ace when they needed it the most. It's going to push them up to 6th place, and we'll take a look at the overall standings here. You'll notice that EGC and RRQ extremely close, neck and neck after the results of match. It's about consistency, as we've really been hammering that through, and you can be consistent in your placements or your kills, but we will be consistently moving on with the show. Jason doesn't get to introduce any of these maps here. I'm doing it all today. Sorry, Jason. We're jumping onto Vikendi, as off we will go onto this one. A bit of a northern flight path to start us off here, Paperthin.
Yeah, real north on this flight path, so if you want to go down south to Contra, Winery, Milnar, that kind of area, going to be a little bit more challenging. You might have to find a vehicle here or there, and they're a little more sparse on this map. So definitely going to keep our eyes on that southern edge, see which teams have a tough time getting down there. I'm kind of secretly hoping for another kind of brutal circle like we saw with the MENA group when they played on this map, that it went hard southwest, had a ton of water in it. We saw some really interesting strategies with some people sending one of their teammates into the water, but no, we are going up north this time on Vikendi towards the Cosmodrome and the other areas up there. And so this one's going to look a lot different than what we've seen so far. We haven't really seen much of this map, Valdez.
Yeah, it circles all in the corners, and this one is going to be up there on the top side as SMP Thanos. He was the hero for their team on Erangel. Now he's alone again up here in this compound with the rest of Team Unique all surrounding him, so he's got to be careful. Has his team somewhat nearby, but not right next to him, as already the action's getting started here. 6N on the retreat, as Zigert is going to take some pot shots.
Yeah, wasn't able to connect with the micro Uzi, so the snowmobile is able to go on its merry way for 6N, as it looks like they are heading further south to get to their loot. They should probably pop up around Villanova or something like that, or around the Abbey, maybe split up, get their loot, and then start heading up north, because this one is pretty far away from their desired loot location. Right in the middle of this one is Gosick. They are up by the Cosmodrome, of course. Divine Vendetta spread out all over the place around the coal mines and Mount Kresnik and that kind of area. RRQ Athena has Garaka over on the west side of this. MEA's got Peshkova, and so a couple other teams that we didn't get to see yet in the circle. Everybody else outside of the circle, kind of more towards the southwest.
Yeah, and we've had some fun times where we've, I believe it was on Sandhawk, where we had like 8 teams all coming from the southeast, and they all butted heads as they were all trying to make their way into the circle. Not sure if I got the map correct, but it was a fun time when it does happen, when all the teams do group up and the action gets started.
It's usually Sandhawk that happens on, to be fair. That map gets wild sometimes, because especially if those circles hard shift, and if it shifts away from like the main island in a direction, because there's so many teams that are going to land there, then it gets really clustered really fast. And there is no islands really except for the castle on Vikendi, and that is not going to be in play this time, so not too much to worry about there. A little bit of water up on the north, and unless it really starts going up that way, it should be okay. Now, this is another important fight. It's a couple teams over here, C9, Arab Madness, and 46.
That was a clutch prone if I've ever seen it. It looked like he was about to have his head blown off, but look at this. Zute up against M7MD, and it looks like our Arab Madness player is going to take a kill already. Zute trying to catch him off guard, but was not able to get the kill.
Good start here for Arab Madness. Get that confidence going. They were like 7th last round, I believe, but they didn't get any kills. So that's a good start for them. Hopefully they can build off of that, continue to regroup. Now they're split up pretty well, so that's a really important moment for M7. He was kind of out on an island there by himself from the rest of his team, able to win his duel, and should be able to get together with the other members of the Madness.
Yeah, definitely a good start to redeem themselves after the first round where they kind of got bopped by Team Queso. Getting on into them as now we're taking a closer look at the Red Canids. I don't believe they had a great round the last time, but looking to do a little bit better this time around.
I don't think they were top 7. I can't remember. We didn't get to see, so we'll find out in a bit. And there's the AK. Oh, this could be really nice and an easy spray and going to be an easy finish on to Kevin. 2 big kills here for Arab Madness. Really nicely done. Good positioning by them. All solo kills, so they're really strutting their stuff here on their 1v1s.
Yeah, great positioning there. You know, we're here on TPP as well. Okay, Divine Vendetta is... Daham is going to be taken out here as EGC will continue their raid. They pick up another kill, but that previous kill, it's got to feel nice when you got a guy running straight at you from that range and you've got the AK, and it's, well, I'm just going to press this button and you're going to die.
I love the confidence here from EGC. Just 4-man, just make sure.
Excuse me, on the east where C9 was before they drove past the assassins and got assassinated. So we'll see where the circle goes.
As you aptly should when you go by an assassin.
Yeah, you know, that's usually what happens. In my experience. Yeah.
I think this is really cool by RRQ Athena taking the top of Mount Kresnik. They love the high ground. They're so good at it. They're so smart about making these rotations work. Now the circle does shift up to the northwest, so we're going to keep our eyes on them and what they want to do. EGC as well is already centered up by the Canids still, so kind of RRQ Athena decided to back off that fight with the Canids over by the coal mine there, and they're thinking more along the lines of trying to play for the late game, which is more their strategy. They're going to wait. You know, they're kind of similar to Queso in that way, where they'll wait to pounce, kind of find the right timing to take a spot they really like in the circle and try to hedge their bets that way. 6N coming up. A bunch of teams outside of the circle, SNT, Arab Madness, Yala, a lot of the MEA teams are outside of the circle, so it could be a little bit tricky for them to get in here.
Absolutely, as we saw Rogue taken out there from Team Unique, and that's kind of unfortunate because they're right in the middle, so should have a lot of action here between these teams that are already in the circle. SNT gonna push on in right south of Mount Kresnik here, gonna get this little compound and just hold up shop. They're inside the circle. They don't necessarily have to fight with RRQ. Let's see how they want to handle this, and even how RRQ want to what is... what?
He's going to push it out with his snowmobile.
Whoa.
I love it, Sultan. That is so smart. He's able to get that vehicle going for himself again.
It's almost like this has happened to him before. It's like, oh yeah, you just push it out with the snowmobile.
No problem. I've done this thousands of times. I like what RRQ Athena is doing. They're just fanning out now. The real question for them is, are they going to be able to fend off 46 if 46 continues to roll up along the southwestern side of them? It's just Senior out there for them, so he might find himself kind of all alone if 46 rolls up that way. Otherwise, you know, 46 might get funneled into SNT. Either way, there could be a skirmish coming up on the south side of Mount Kresnik. Otherwise, most of the teams have kind of safely found themselves locations, and there doesn't seem to be much action to be had unless somebody gets a little aggressive.
I'm also keeping my eye on Pira from Cloud9. I want to see where he ends up. He's gone for a rotation around the Middle East Assassins, and, well, that's an unfortunate circle for him, but very good for the teams that have set up shop up on these high ground positions. You know, Unique have a pretty good position, obviously RRQ. Athena, we talked about them a lot on Mount Kresnik, and now it's kind of a harsh circle for a lot of the other teams. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how they all rotate in.
All right, here we go. RRQ is kicking it off. D2E is going to find Sultan for the first knock. The other members of SNT were thinking about trying to get around to the eastern side of the circle, and they get caught a little bit in transition. A nice setup here by RRQ Athena, covering any of the angles that SNT wanted to take to get into the circle, depending on where it shifted, if it moved away from them. And Pira has found himself a US. He took a bunch of circle damage, but he's got plenty of heals left available for him. And
he also found a full Korean team that are probably like, dude, this is our compound. You can't just roll up like this. As well, D2E's having a bit of fun.
Yeah, RRQ they have got such a great position on this side of the map. There's nothing but mountain for them, and they have the high ground, Anakin.
Yes, they do. Well, we know that Anakin does not listen. He never does, and Kaito going to take a bunch of damage here on the edge. Can he get this first aid kit off? I'm not so sure. It's going to be real close.
Nope.
No, he's going to go down to the play zone here.
Oh my gosh, what is going on over here? Dobby is mowing through SNP with some help from RRQ. He is going to pick up a bunch of kills here for SNT. That is massive. Whoa, don't let him steal it. Oh man, Dobby does end up getting that one. Citizen is very weak for SMP, but G9 takes a bit of damage himself. That's going to back him off of RRQ here, and he is going to get back with the rest of his team. SNT, they got a few kills in there at least, so 4 kills for them is pretty nice. Oh, Citizen is out in the open trying to dance his way around the shots, and that is going to be able to get him behind a tree, but briefly, I don't know how much longer that he's going to be able to hold on there.
Look at the minimap right now. There are like 5 different teams right here as Middle Eastern Assassins fighting them off. We got Citizen running away. We got BAM going down here as well. The circle gonna be just north of all the action and where all these teams are grouped up.
Dobby just trying to get anything to connect with that AK. He has no scope on it. It's just the iron sights for him. Senior is doing some damage as well. SNT is getting blown up, and they are going to go down. A nice attempt, but too many teams rolled in there, and it became too much for them to handle. RRQ is able to weather this storm with all 4 members. 6N is going to nope out of here, head over to the east, and Unique has kind of leapfrogged up ahead, and now Ernie is in a battle with them.
And this is right in RRQ's court. They're just sitting here. They're taking pot shots. They've been doing it the entire time. They do have to move on this circle, though. So let's see which direction they're going to fight their way through as 6N. They have seen the fighting, let me tell you. They're trying to res up all their knocked members. It looks like one of them did go down, unfortunately. D2E might be in a bit of trouble to that Molotov underneath this car, and he's going to be taken out by Old Boy.
Yep, you can see the feet underneath the car there, but Ernie's trying to make Unique pay as they try to flank over to secure this kill onto D2E and try to find a way to get up the hill. Some nice shooting there is going to find Ernie. He is down, and that is 2 knocked for RRQ. This is a very difficult situation for them to recover from.
Team Queso also trying to get aggressive while the fight's going on, but Lord wins the firefight here one-on-one. He is going to go down, trying to take advantage of the distraction of the other teams, but it did not happen. And Team Unique, this is a team we also talked up. They didn't show up too much on Erangel, but now they're challenging RRQ and doing pretty well.
Dude, Lord is absolutely single-handedly destroying Team Queso over on the side, but there is another fight breaking out between Ghostkilla and EGC. EGC 4 strong. There is 1 knock there for Ghostkilla. Nicholas trying to pinch in EGC, trying to keep them from being able to come over there and finish that off. I think Ernie might be the only member. No, there's 2 left. Okay, G9 is over there as well, but Ernie is pretty beat up. And we are getting some grenades up and over. G9 is trying to throw some smokes and buy himself some time. And Ernie is in fact knocked, so only 1 member up for RRQ Athena. You can see Divine Vendetta is pushing up the hill now. They have stayed quiet up until this moment.
Just waiting for their moment to strike, and it's right when RRQ is super weak. We haven't seen too much from Elementrix either. It looks like one of their members did go down, but they are 3 healthy. In a pretty good compound in the circle. We got everybody grouped up here in this tiny circle now. Still 11 teams left available.
All right, Hazem coming through, seeing Unique over on his right-hand side. Divine's in front of him, and a whole bunch of other teams as well are up there. Ooh, he's going to get taken down. That's one knocked on 46. Master over on the left. Hazem has to prone because he's getting fired into as well. G9 still prone in the smoke. He's been there for quite a while. He's going to get himself healed up a bit, but he is the sole member left for RRQ. 46 Master is going to be found. Momen goes down to the circle for 46, so Hazem is left, and he is behind a blown-up vehicle, so everybody knows where he is, basically, and G9 right in front of him in that smoke. Is he going to be able to outduel G9 there? Is G9 going to be able to maybe sneak a kill, or DV could come up on the backside?
Yeah, it's really a question of when is G9 going to make his move, because eventually the smokes are going to run out. He used most of them, and, you know, I think waiting until Divine Vendetta gets into a fight is going to be his moment, and maybe trying to take the one-on-one, as EGC have been lucky with these circles. They have been in there in the middle for quite a while, as another member here of Divine Vendetta is going to go down.
Oh man, EGC, so many great angles from this compound. Now they've got the red Canids. All 4 members blocked behind one rock. Bear is there to keep them pinned. Tons of damage coming through. And now Goskilla is getting in on the red Canids as well. They are in a crossfire, and it is looking dire for them. Rogue coming up over onto Divine Vendetta. Should feel pretty confident there. He's going to finish off one. Isn't able to get the other one. Majid's going to back off. He might just get in his car, try to get into the circle somehow, see if he can get some placement points, but there are still so many teams left. So many people are going to be able to see him. You can see the fire coming out of there as he wants to rush in. Let's see where he thinks is a good place to go. Oh no. Oh, Lord is right here. Lord is there, and Lord is waiting. But Majid stops short of him, and Lord isn't ready to move and reveal his position just yet. Now he's going to go for it. Great timing by Lord. Look at that, 6 kills. This guy has been the all-star for 6-9.
He's the only one left available, and he's taken out so many teams along the way. The guy is an absolute god here on Vikendi. Really got to shout him out because he has made the dream work. And another guy who has as well is Pyrrha from Cloud9. He's still alive. He took out the last member of Arab Madness. I was looking at the kill feed. He's still here in the last 8 teams.
You know, as many kills as EGC has picked up, they are stuck outside of the circle. Everyone was able to bounce up ahead of them as they were busy shooting into Divine Vendetta and the red Canids. Now Elementrix trying to come through as where Bear is going to be knocked. There aren't many members left here for EGC. Trote trying to outduel. Trote's in the circle though, so EGC is going to go down in 8th place.
Ooh, pretty unfortunate. I think you're right. They had to make their move a bit earlier. Now Elementrix getting caught out here a bit. They're making a big move in here to this house, but so many teams around here. We got Goskilla is in the house. We got Red Cannon's got 3 members up on the 2nd floor. G9 from RRQ still alive even. Thought they went out a while ago.
We
guess not.
Nope, somehow G9 was able to just prone down in a bunch of smoke and survive. Now it's up to Poo Poo Man for Elementrix and his other teammate. They're rushing up the stairs. There's a team up here. The Canids have already set up shop, and they do not want to let anybody in. Poo Poo Man is very weak, but he's going to outduel. I believe that was Lord there, and he is going to find another kill for himself. Yasha getting picked apart by G9, of course. Who else? But G9 is spotted, and he goes down. So Goskilla and RRQ Athena go down quickly.
This is big for a lot of the other teams that wanted to make it to the top of the rankings. You take out RRQ Athena relatively early. You would have liked to take them out there when it was only G9, but at least they're not going to survive until the last 3 teams or something like that. It's looking pretty good for the Red Canids, actually. They're in the 2nd floor. Poo Poo Man sitting here, just minding his own business. And let's see what else we got. It looks like Kitsune from the side of Team Unique. We got Rogue as well. Those are the 2 members there. And we got Poo Poo Man here. And we got Pyrrha from C9. So definitely looking pretty good for the Red Canids.
The big question here is what kind of grenades do C9 and Unique have left for themselves? How many frags and mollies do they have? You can see a molly thrown down towards Poo Poo Man. It looks like he is able to back off into the corner next to the couch, keep himself relatively safe for now. Maxon's trying to prevent Rogue from pushing up. Rogue is able to find a tree and prone down behind it. I think he's just inside of the circle behind that tree, and I think Kitsune as well is able to get up there with his car next to that rock. Ooh, Rogue's got to be careful. Tries to take some shots, and that's going to back Maxon off at least. But for now, the Red Cannon's got to be real careful because they get too distracted. You never know. Poo Poo Man might come up here and just wreck the round for them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he plays this one as Rogue. All right, he's just going to take those painkillers right before we get into this next circle. And Pira, can't believe he's made the dream work. He's still here in this one. And while they've got to hear Man shuffling down there in this map. Kitsune, Rogue, a bit spread out. Not sure how they're going to get together and try to make a 2-on-3 of sorts happen. You mentioned the grenades. I think it's going to be incredibly important, especially because of this kind of house situation we have for the Red Canids.
And Pira still alive. Once again, we're finding a team with a hero getting into this late game situation. 4 teams left, 7 players up. Got to give a lot of credit to the Canids as well, because they were in a crossfire between EGC and Goskilla, somehow able to weather that storm with only 1 member being taken down. All right, Lewiski throwing a Molotov up there. Oh, Rogue. Yep, that is going to be Rogue. Great Molotov there. It's going to find Rogue outside of the circle as we are in our final one. Now everybody's just trying to heal up. Poo Man's just going to stay in the basement, try to win the healing game. Lewiski comes down, isn't able to find Poo Man, so he's going to get knocked here. This is going to come down. Who can out-heal the other one? No! It was so close there. Oh my gosh. It is going to be the Canids who find it, but almost Poo Man able to get that going.
Yeah, I mean, he almost rained on their parade right there. That was really, really close. He had 2 kills in total as well, really being a hero for his team, surviving until the end. And we saw that there were 4 teams left available to try to make something happen there right at the end of the game. Unfortunately, Pira, who was the hero,